like
Yeah.
we're live now.
So just keep the app open. We might be live right now too.
We are live.
It's always faster on YouTube than we are on the computer. What's up, guys? We are preparing to go on live with PB Justin, so bear with us. It'll be a couple minutes, and we'll get the show going for you guys. So screensaver up.
Yeah, the anniversary of the Pink Bottoms actually coming up. It's in 7 days from today, actually.
We are live. Bear with us. What's up, Jason?
Diego, what's up?
What up, everybody?
What's up, Los?
That was quick. You guys getting people in here.
Yeah. It's not the hundreds and the thousands that you get on IG though, but
Nah, I don't get that.
We're working on it.
I get 100 people.
Give it a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
How many people you guys usually get, like on the live?
It can ebb and flow, man. I mean, we've had times where some have been up to like 75, but they're coming in and out, and then
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's the same thing that happens on my live.
yeah, and then once you get to YouTube, it's like there's quite a few views once it gets there too. So
Yep. Who made the logo? The logo's dope.
Ink Park.
Ink Park, yeah.
He does stuff with Hat Club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it is.
He did the samurai and
yeah, my friend, one of my friends who's just starting off as a graphic designer made my logo, and then I'm actually gonna do when I do more stuff, I'm gonna do a bunch of hats and then change the color of the jelly, match the underbill. So I'm gonna do it for a bunch of it.
Yeah, Ink Park. My favorite hat that he did with you guys was the lightning bolt. It's a little lightning bolt guy, and what the story behind it was, he was doing a lot of designs for different businesses, right? And this was an electric company that asked him to design something, and then they flaked out on him. So then it ended up on a Hat Club.
Okay, is this recently? You did it?
About a year, like last summer, maybe.
Okay.
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely during the summer. I remember the cap being in the summer.
You'll recognize it if you see it.
Yeah, Lightning Boy. Yep, Los, you're correct. Lightning Boy was the name of the.
That's how you do that. Okay, perfect. Now I'm looking at you guys on a big screen instead of the logo. it's easier.
It's easier, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta get a wall like that though. I just throw my shit around.
What, this one?
Yeah.
This thing's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to try to get like a new era display, like from an old store or something, and throw that in.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be moving soon, so I'll put on hold.
All right. You guys want to start?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to go.
All right. Welcome, guys, to Views from the Vault. This is your homie Leon. We are here with Pierre and Pink Bottom Just. This is episode 5. We got some stuff to talk about today. Pierre worked his magic and got us a very special guest. He's going to walk us through his journey, talk about his life in caps, and we're going to take you through after with this week in caps and kind of walk through what's new. But yeah, Pierre, let's take Justin under the cap.
Yeah, well, listen. Just so everyone knows, Justin is one of my favorite people in the hat game, and I got a chance to meet him a couple of times at the NoHo store, waiting in that line, and then finally getting up to the front. And listen, man, a good dude that just tells it like it is. So, I'm going to spend some time helping you guys get to know Justin. And then we'll be looking for some questions and whatnot. And if you guys have questions, just put them in the comments, and we'll kind of work through those too. But I want to start, Justin, by asking you, what got you into hats? Because I mean, you're obviously deep in the game now. So what got you there?
I mean, I don't really remember. I mean, the first sport I played was baseball growing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what it was when I was like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I never liked snapbacks. I've only worn fitteds forever. No dad hats, no flex fits, just strictly fitteds. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I've worn a fitted for I don't know 25 years or something like that, something ridiculous like that. So yeah, and when I grew up playing baseball, I played high school baseball and travel ball. I was a catcher for most of it. It was before the hockey masks. I always had a hat on, and I pretty much always wore my hats backwards. That's why I wear it like 75% of the time, and that's just because I was so used to it throwing the mask on. Yeah, it fitted. I hate that plastic feel on the front of my forehead.
Who was your favorite catcher growing up?
Ooh, Jason Kendall. I mean, I'm a Pirate fan, so it's got to be Jason.
It has to be Kendall, right?
Yeah.
Hitter.
He was solid, man. He was solid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's probably Jason Kendall. Pudge is up there.
He probably had the best arm I've ever seen behind the plate. The guy was insane.
Yeah. I mean, I used to like Carlos Santana before he switched.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, who didn't like Mike Piazza? Who didn't like though. There's a bunch of good ones.
Well, listen. So you got into it young. You're playing baseball and stuff. So what led to your time at Hat Club? So let's kind of move to that space.
All right. So I've been at Hat Club. March made, I forget the date, but sometime in March made 7 years. So the way it started, actually, I graduated high school, of course. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I went to John Jay in Manhattan for a year, trying to figure out what I want to do. I wound up transferring schools to Brockport. It's a SUNY, about 20 minutes from Rochester or so. Went to school there. Was actually studying to be a gym teacher, phys ed teacher. But when I graduated in 2011, there was a hiring freeze in New York City. So I went to get a job. I worked at one school for a year. Literally couldn't find a job because literally no one was hiring, especially for phys ed teachers. With the hiring freeze. And my girlfriend at the time worked with one of my friends from high school on Mercer Street at a store called Joe Jeans. I'm still with her today too, by the way. Shout out to her. She might be watching this. Their boss at the time, their store manager, wound up knowing the owner of Hat Club somehow, like from Arizona. And he asked her if they knew anyone that would be interested in working at the store. She hit me up, and I think a couple of days later, I applied. I was working at this catering spot at the time. And I think the next day or 2 days later, they were like, yeah, when can you start? Started a week or 2 weeks later, whatever it was. And yeah, I've been there ever since. So I was a sales rep. Then I was a key holder. And then I was manager, which I've been manager for maybe 6 years at the time. By then, maybe 5.5, 6 years, something like that.
Little did they know that was a transformational hire.
Yeah. And the person that's still there actually runs the warehouse. Shout out to DK. He's back in Arizona running the warehouse now.
Man, a transformational moment in Hat Club's future because you couldn't find a job somewhere else.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. And then I mean, I've always been into fitted, so like, it just kind of fit. Yeah. So
listen, man. I mean, you and I have had conversations about this in the past, but I'd love to hear, what got you to a place where these pink bottoms became like the thing. Now, I always say before you get there, right, I want to make sure that I say this out loud. I truly believe 90% of the people that say they don't like pink bottoms have never tried one on. And I'll tell you why. Richard Genick, right, sent me pictures of the pink bottom when that first run that was going to be put up for sale.
The 96s, I think you're wearing it right now. The original one is 96.
Okay.
That was just the friends and family.
Right.
Then I did a 99, which also was a friends and family, but I did a couple more, so a couple of my regulars got them. Yeah. And then I did a Diamondbacks and the Yankees again, and I think a White Sox. I don't remember. Maybe there was a LA in there too. And then it like,
But
yeah.
either way, Justin, I wasn't,
Mhm.
when I saw it in a picture, I wasn't sure if I wanted one.
Yeah.
Then once I had it in hand, you know where the story goes from there, because I know
Yeah.
you know how many of these things I bought, right?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know my
yeah.
order history the other day,
Yeah.
and the number was ridiculous. What was it? How many orders did I have? Was it 250?
Yeah, I think it was 252 before whatever you placed this week. So it's
Yeah.
probably up to like, I don't know,
Yeah, like,
260.
you know I'm a believer, right? So
Yeah.
but I want to hear about how you got there. So these pink bottoms to me have transformed some things culturally, especially in New York City. But then once they got out, everybody across the country is like, God, I want these things.
Yeah. I mean, the story, all right. So pretty much like, since I've been the manager, we moved from the Mercer spot, which was Hat Club Soho, for anyone that doesn't know. We moved to, north of Houston. So we're Hat Club NoHo. If anyone doesn't know, that's the reason why we're called Hat Club NoHo now, because we're north of Houston instead of south of Houston.
And you know, if you're from New York, if you say Houston and not Houston.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why it's pronounced Houston Street. It's spelled like Houston though. But yeah, we pronounce Houston. I think it's based off of the neighborhood in England. I think they pronounce it Houston.
Oh, I thought it was just for the hatred of the Astros.
No. I mean that just started, this past year. But but yeah, so Hat Club was going through a transition. John, who I work with now, who's the buyer of the company, if you don't follow him, T800 John on Instagram. So he was there already when I started, and he would always do these funky color waves. He actually did the first Icy Blue I've seen. It wasn't on retros, which is where like our stuff differs. But he would do them in before I started the infrared, which we just use on those J-tip hats that are coming out this weekend. That's where I got the infrared from. He did like a Braves and a Chicago Blackhawks hat. I still have the Braves hat. That's where I got the infrared from. So a lot of the colors I use or I've seen from him over the years. And we did all these funky customs. Then the company went through a transition where I couldn't really even do anything or ask for anything. It was kind of like they were going to tell me what I was doing. And I was like, all right, cool. Like that's the way you want to run it. So if anyone remembers, we had like a year where we were kind of like off a little bit. And then finally, maybe 6 months of annoying John and Ryan, like just let me, maybe a year. I don't remember exactly how long, but I was like, yo, let me do something. Like, let me do my customs like we used to do. Like the sales will start to go up. Just let me do what we wanted to do. And the pink bottoms came about where I was, I have homies that chill in the store all the time. One of my coworkers, my employee Dom, her boyfriend is always in the store. Shout out to Preem. We were chopping it up, and I mean, I don't remember the exact conversation word for word, but I actually had this jersey coming in, Leicester City jersey, which is the same pink as the pink underbill. That's where I get it from. And we had done a Dipset fitted maybe 2 years before that. It was all pink. And it's the same pink too. And we were talking about, he's like, yo, what if we intertwine different colors and, somehow, I don't know who said it first. He might've said it first. And he was like, yo, let's do a pink on them. And I was like, all right, let me switch this up. And I was like, let me do it for friends and family first. Let me see if they'll actually let me do it. So, John said, all right, fine. I'll find you some money just to do a small run for friends and family, like a minimum run. We did it. And even in the warehouse, they were like, what are these pink bottoms? Like, what? And then he was like, Justin wanted to just let him have it. What's the worst that can happen? It's like 20 hats. Like who cares? I got it in, and I want to say just from word of mouth from the homies, I think they sold in less than 2 hours. And they were like, when's the last time NoHo has sold a hat in less than 2 hours? And they were like, well, never. And he's like, all right, well, let me do more of them. Did more of them. So me and Preem, we're like, hey, I'm going to do these. And then, even though we came up with the idea together, he was like, all right, I always give him credit for being there when we first came up with it. But then I, transformed it from there with using all the colors. And then I want to say, I started telling people I would get like lines and stuff like that, but it like wasn't actual lines. It was like people like waiting around the area for us to open it at 11. It was like maybe 10 people, and I'd like have like, I don't know, like 70 hats for a drop. So everyone would get something, it wasn't like back then we were doing way smaller numbers, so something like that. And I think we did the glow in the dark ones for Halloween. And I had a couple people, and I had just gotten 9 styles of pink bottoms. So we dropped the Halloween ones I think on a Thursday, and I told everyone Friday I'm dropping more pink bottoms tomorrow. So I already had a little bit of a buzz, but it wasn't crazy. It was like, okay, like people buy them, they sell out, but like there's no line. So I told people, yo, I'm getting them 11 a.m. We're dropping them tomorrow morning. Let's do an actual drop in the store. How sneaker stores do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might have been November 1st or whatever that weekend was around Halloween or whatever it was, that Friday. Yeah. And then I remember, it takes me about an hour to get to work or so. I remember getting on the train, and right before I got on the train, and right after I sat down, my photographer who shoots all my stuff was like, yo, there's like a line down the block. And I said, what? He's like, yeah, man, there's like an actual line. So we sold the first 4 styles that Friday, came back Saturday, and sold the next 5 styles out on Saturday in less than 90 minutes. They were all gone. Every size, even the 8s were gone. Yeah. And then every Friday, Saturday, and, until quarantine stopped us, but I did a drop every Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Tuesdays every week since November 1st or Halloween, whenever that weekend was.
Yeah. And listen,
till we closed.
There's people that were sometimes waiting out there at 5 a.m. on camp chairs.
Yeah, 5 a.m. was late, the more recent times, but before we closed, it was about 1 a.m.
That's insane.
Yeah, and during the summer,
about warm weather. We're not talking about warm weather, Justin. There was
freezing,
20 degrees, 15 degrees.
Yeah,
on camp chairs.
Yeah, I remember the last line we did. I might have had like 150 people. I think the people that got there at 5 a.m. were like 20th.
Yeah.
And we opened at 11. So 1 a.m. I think was the time people started. Oh, and during the summer it might have been the night before.
Yeah.
Like if we were, it might have been the night before. Yeah.
Insane. And listen, let me ask you a question, right? So like there's other hat retailers out there now that are imitating, right? At this point, they're seeing it, they can feel it, and they're putting out their own stuff, right? But more not really focusing on that. I'd like to hear more about like what are you going to do to stay ahead, because you're a creative guy. I know you can't give all your secrets here. I get that, but like what is your thought process in terms of how you stay ahead of these folks? Because imitation is sometimes considered the best form of flattery, but it's also a pain in the ass.
Yes. So for people that don't know, real quick, I'll break down the process of how some stuff works. So when you're just changing colors, it's a 3-month process, which is why all our pre-orders are about 90 days to 3 months, because we put in the order the week after the pre-order ends, which is why you have to wait that long. That's standard from New Era. Now, if anybody has any of the corduroys or the silk insides or satin insides, like the World Series one we just dropped, with all the World Series, that's a 6-month process. The local icons is a 6-month to 8-month process.
The Friday the 13th cap is a 6-month process.
6 months, yes. So I can start maybe numbering them at some point, but it takes way longer for me to get them in. So like that is going to be an option when I change some, like I have some stuff coming up, which I'll start to number them, and some ideas, which I will do because I'm changing the material. So it's already a 6-month process, but it would take too long for me to get stuff out to you guys. So I don't do it. The other stores that are copying, I mean, I can't trademark a color. New Era's not going to lose out on all that money, so they're just going to let it go. Yeah. But as long as people don't try to take the credit for starting it, is where I have a problem. Like, if you're going to, like, take the style, cool, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. But then don't start off with. I've had people claim that they worked with me, they know me, to make their stuff sell better. One guy claimed he started it before me. I copied him. I had another store claiming they did it 10 years ago, and then they got called out. So you did 10 years, but then waited a year after NoHo put them out to then do a restock from 10 years ago. Like, that makes no sense. Like just admit that it's dope and you like it, and it's gonna get you sales, and it's gonna keep the rent paid. Like, cool, I have no problem with that. Yeah. But don't claim that this person is a trendsetter and they did this. Like, just give me the credit at the end of the day. Like, it's not that hard to do it. And if you don't know, then you'll know eventually. Which is why I like, the people that follow me, a lot of the times they put people on blast for not giving me the credit, which is
We had a thread on FHS. We had a thread where the store, what maybe Leon, you can remind me, the store down south that did the Marlins ones.
Shoe Gallery.
Shoe Gallery did it, and then that sparked like a lot of folks kind of talking about it, and then folks are coming to your defense in the thread saying, hey, listen, this is Justin's creation, and so on and so forth. But I think what I'm most impressed about with you is that you're thinking ahead, so you're not dwelling on that. You're thinking about, how do I stay in front of this, like, and I think those icy blues that you've been doing, this new one, the forest green with the blue, with the icy blue under, and the beautiful patch with the blue elements in it, dude, like you're staying ahead. And I love that, because it's not focusing on these little setbacks or these people trying to imitate. Oh, what am I going to do next?
Yeah. I mean, I've had, so people don't, but people know it's now since I just said it, but like anything you guys see coming out now, I know we've been delayed recently, but it's 3 to 4 months in advance. Like I've already thought of this, and like I did September actually last night. So I've already, September orders will be put in beginning of next week, but I've already mapped them out, what we're going to do. Got to get maybe some patches to make sure that they're approved or whatever. Doing some minor league ones for everyone that wanted to know if I'm doing some minor league ones. But yeah, man, I mean, it's like, my goal is to, in maybe 20 years or whatever, when people walk into a store, they'll ask for, gray bottoms, green bottoms, and pink bottoms. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at. Like my number 1 is green, just because I grew up on it, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 now is pink.
Yeah.
And my number 3 is gray, which is way different than what I would have answered, a year ago.
Yeah. And it's funny, the first time I knew I really had something, it wasn't when I sold out. I wore, and it was the middle of the summer. It was, it was May 27th, actually, is the anniversary of Pink Bottoms. It's coming up in a week from today. I wore it outside, and I was walking to the train. It was middle of summer, t-shirt, and I just, I wear my hats up sometimes too. And a guy walked by me and literally turned around and like broke his neck for it. He was like, "Is that pink?" Because from afar it looks gray, which is why I like it. It looks gray from afar, but when you actually get there, which is why it's a subtle pink. Where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, I make them. Stores up the block. I'll post it on there. That's when I knew. I was like, all right, I think I got something here.
Justin, I won't tell everyone where I work, right? You know where I work, but I won't I don't want everyone to know where I work.
Yeah.
But I work in Yonkers, right? Which is the Bronx's little sister, right? Yeah. And I wear that hat on my way into work. I can't wear it while I'm at work, but I would wear a pink bottom into work. And I can tell you this, I would walk 3 blocks from the parking garage to work, and every day I would have someone stop me.
Yeah.
And I think that says something about what you've done here. And I appreciate it. And I know a lot of folks, a lot of other folks appreciate this trend that you've created. Let me ask you a question, if it's okay, Justin. There's one more question I want to ask is, you have so many people coming to you about these things now. Like your Instagram DMs, everything has got to be blowing up on you. How do you handle all that?
I mean, it's annoying. I never wanted to be the front and center of anything. I've always been in the background. I mean, I'm kind of forced into it now. So just accept it and move on, kind of how I deal with people taking the pink bottoms. But I mean, I'm always thinking of new ideas and how I can get stuff done, or, taking, an approach from another company that does, not just hats, but sneakers, or maybe it's sporting equipment, or I love sports. So like, yeah, I'm starting to learn to deal with it, but like, I can't help everyone, but I want everyone to get one, which is why Hat Club does pre-orders. Mm-hmm. We do pre-orders so everybody can touch. That is the main reason why. I know it sucks you have to wait that long, but I have people that say that sucks that they waited. But then when the 3 months ends up and they see everyone getting their hats, they're like, "Oh, I should have bought that." Like,
Dude, I have people saying it, man. I posted my red velvets again, the ones that I had from the first time around, and everyone's like, "God, I can't believe I didn't pre-order." I'm like, listen, when these come up on pre-order, buy them.
No excuse.
You'll be happy 3 months from now. Just buy them. Like, you're just going to be disappointed again, right, Leon?
There's no excuse for it. I mean, I watched credit to you, Justin, man. I watched you give away hats, not give away, but like sell hats on IG Live for maybe 6 hours on Saturday straight,
Mhm.
another
Yep.
4 hours. You had grown men just begging for it, and you were patient as hell. You know, you're letting everyone know, like, at the end of the day, this is not something that you created so that people can't have it. Like, you want people to have your
Right.
product. Like, why wouldn't you? Right.
Yeah.
So
I
all the
mean,
credit to you.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. And for everyone that supports me, I appreciate it. I really hope that everyone watching this or, watch it later, like, I hope everyone is able to get one. I don't make them so no, they're so limited or whatever. We make them, and people have to realize, like, we made them and then blew up instantly. Like, once online started to get them, it kind of happened with the quarantine. So everyone's at home and our numbers shot up. Like, our page views shot up.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to expect that 4 months ago, and then I can't get them in 2 weeks. Plus, everything is delayed. There's no way for me to account for that.
Yeah.
So everything I planned, like, we did the shock drops to met people who aren't the quickest ones are able to get it. For everyone that doesn't know, the shock drops are actually the NoHo inventory that I ordered just for the store. But since no one is working at the store, online selling everything. So shock drops are meant for my stuff. It wasn't meant for an online one. It was meant for NoHo order.
Yeah.
Which is why we just, Luis just does shock drops, and that's just what he does. That's his domain. I have, Pierre knows that when he sees me at the NoHo store, he comes in and I do all what days stuff is going to drop. I sort them. And that's my whole process. .com is not my domain. I have no say on what's dropping. I don't know what's coming out. It's up to them. If they want to let me know, that they let me know, but I'm not going to ask him, to tell me how he does his process. He's been doing .com for so long. That's his domain. Let him do it. I have no say, but once we get back into NoHo, I'll go back to scheduling drops. And but yeah, I mean, I'm even lucky enough that John lets me design for the company. So
yeah, I think people have short memories because they have to understand what happened before was all your stuff was you had to be there in person and buy it. So like, the quarantine was almost a blessing for you in the sense that it unleashed your creatures for anyone to just buy. Before you had to know someone or line up, and now people feel entitled to it. So,
and it's not like I didn't want them online. I guess maybe corporate didn't know that it would take off this fast, this far, because New York is a different market than Arizona or Texas or Cali, or we're our own market. So like, nobody wears AC caps here. Like, it's rare. And the person that does wear an AC cap, like an on-field cap, like, they buy one hat a year. My customers buy, one hat a week. If they can get all 8 from the drops for that week, they're buying all 8. Yeah. It's a whole different thing. And yeah, man, like, I really want everyone to get one. We're placing way bigger orders for everyone to touch. And yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for what the future holds for myself. And maybe I'll be able to do way more stuff and collab with way more people. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just, not to sound like a dickhead, but I want to get the credit I deserve just so I can do more stuff.
Yeah.
It's not so I can be a dickhead and everyone can be like, he's an asshole. He doesn't. I was kind of an asshole regardless. Like, if you come into my store and ask me a dumb question, I'm going to give you a dumb answer. If you ask me, like, do you guys sell hats? I'm going to say, no, we sell shelving. Like, of course, it's called Hat Club and it's hats everywhere. Like, of course we sell hats. Like, yeah. Or if I post sold out on the NoHo page, I don't want asking me, do you have any more? It clearly says sold out. Like,
right, yeah.
I don't, and it's not one person dealing with it. I'm dealing with 100 of those every hour. It's not one person, I'll get a DM that will be like, hey man, how can I get these hats? And I'll say hatclub.com, but they sell out instantly, like, look out for the NoHo page or Hat Club, and we'll post it on there. And then they'll respond with, well, I don't see it. I literally just explained to you how it works. Don't DM me anymore. Don't ever DM me. I'm done with that, because
some of the average customers think there's little elves out back putting these hats together,
Yeah. And it's like, and like, I want everyone to get one, and I'm doing what I can, but like, you're not the only person. Like, I have 2,000 DMs right now. I only have 3,000 followers. So half those DMs are don't even follow me.
Yeah.
So they just want my stuff because it's popular now. No one remembers when I was doing hats 4 years ago and I did Royal Bottoms. Yeah. No one cared. when we dropped the Royal Bottom in 2015 or whatever it was. No one cared.
Yeah.
It's just fitteds are popular now. So like, I want everyone to get one, and like just to know that like, my plan is for everyone to get something that I make, and which is why I don't even buy my own stuff. Like I've made over 200 pink bottoms. I own 6 of them.
Yeah.
I own 6.
Yeah.
I'd rather the person who waits on my line for 6 hours get. I wear a common size. I'm 7 1/4. I'd rather they get my hat. Like I have a box in the store, which, you know, I'll take certain ones. Like I made a custom Pirates hat earlier this year, and I'm a big Pirate fan. And I was like, yeah, man, like I want this one for myself. I had a guy in there for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. He couldn't find anything in the size because we sold out of almost the whole stock. And I was like, you know what, man, let me go into my box. If you want this hat, it's yours.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but I sold it to him. I want everyone to get something, but people got to understand when I'm getting 1,000 messages all day, but by the time I get the message 800, I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like a simple answer.
Yeah.
Like, are you, like, if people watch my lives, they'll be like, are you going to do pink bottoms again?
Yeah. You know what it is, Justin?
It's literally my signature.
Like first world problems, though. You know, it's a good problem to have to a degree, but I can see it wears on. It would wear on me too, man. Listen, a couple of things, right? So we got a couple of folks asking some questions, if that's okay. And you know, they're asking like, so San Diego, there's definitely a red velvet. I have that one, but you know, any more plans for maybe a San Diego cap in the future with a pink bottom?
I know I did a pink lemonade one. So for everyone watching, my memory is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible memory. I did September before we jumped on. I was trying to tell, you know, you guys, you know, a little sneak peek of what I did for September. Yeah. I literally couldn't remember one of the packs. Like, I mean, I remembered like, you know, snippets of certain ones, but other ones, like the way I work is I literally will, you know, get on a phone call with John every 3 weeks or so. That's the buyer. I'll get on the phone with him for 3 weeks, once every 3 weeks for maybe 2-3 hours. And I would just spitball it. Like, all right, what are we doing? All right, we have these packs coming out. Like I just did a pack, I'll kind of share a snippet of it, but I did a pack where you'll be able to get a bunch of hats in a duffel and trying to get it numbered and that stuff. I did that right there. Then I did another pink bottom pack, this pack, and I like the minor league thing I talked about earlier. I did those ones, and like he's over there writing it down for the schedule for because he submits the order forms, and then 2 hours later I'm like, wait, what teams did I just do for minor league? Like I don't even remember.
Dude, the
2 hours later.
The minor league's gonna be huge, man. That's gonna be big. You guys do something with minor leagues, you're like that's gonna be big.
But going back to San Diego, I definitely did a yellow, I believe. I did a green. I want to say I did a black. I like the way, so to give credit to John for that San Diego one, he did that San Diego hat because I had originally just done, I think, the Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks, the Yankees, the LA, the White Sox, and the Mets. He added the rest. I like what he did where he changed.
Red velvet?
Yeah, for the red, because we dropped
I like
those.
San Diego because the S and the D are different colors. One's cream.
I like what he did with that because originally I thought you used to have to follow those stitch patterns for New Era, which is why certain colors, which I thought I had to follow it where it can only be the same color. He said, no, we can change that. So he asked if we can get it changed, and that's where we were able to get it changed. Kind of like what they used to wear in like the 90s.
Yeah.
So I follow that same plan for a lot of them, but yeah, there is definitely more San Diego stuff. For everyone knows the reason why it's Yankees in LA the most. It's what sells the best.
They move. Yeah. They just move.
At the end of the day, we're a company, and they're gonna have me do those ones. So I try to be as creative with those ones as the most. Yeah. Well,
some do. I did. I don't know if you saw the video I put up of my top 10 pink bottoms.
Yep.
But, some guy was writing my messages. He's like, "Oh, can you do an unbiased top 10?" Because I excluded the Yankees. Because you know as well as anybody, I hate the Yankees. Yeah. So, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. Top 10 lists are not. That's what they're about. It's my top 10, not yours, clown.
Yeah, I mean, I got a top 10 list. I think it's pretty good. I mean, I remember all of them, but
yeah,
this is definitely number one though. This is my favorite I've ever done.
I missed out on that one. That's one I don't have. But you and I were the same size too, so.
Yeah, this one was I had a bunch of rappers in the store who get stuff early sometimes they all went for this one.
Yeah.
I had to do like a surprise drop on like a Tuesday or 5 p.m. or something like that, and it didn't last more than 10 minutes. But
It's a great hat, man.
mm-hmm.
I think so.
5 requests for the pre-order for that Rocky.
Yeah.
So this one,
Just
so
in the
just so you
comment.
know, I do not do the pre-orders. I just design. That's not up to me. That is above me.
Right.
So you're
Mike,
saying hit up T800 John on
Yeah.
Instagram. So everyone out there, hit up
Go in his messages.
T800 John on Instagram, the faceless heat generator from Hat Club.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his face?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've met him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know everybody.
He's like a
Yeah. I even know what Luis looks like.
Oh,
I
man. I know his voice. I know what his voice sounds like. Yeah, it's pretty soothing. I don't know what he looks like. So listen, Justin, it was great going under the cap with you, man.
Yeah.
This is outstanding, and we really appreciate you being on. We want you to stay on if that's okay.
Yeah, no. Any questions
Yeah.
I could be on for as long as you guys want. Any more questions
Yeah.
off field or, yeah. I mean, like, I love that people are interested in the stuff that I'm making. It's it's very humbling and it's dope. I'm not, I'm not gonna let my little success I have right now or the wave I have right now get to me. I want everybody to be able to get something I make. That's the point of me making it. I don't make it so me and my 17 friends, can have it and no one else can. I don't care about sneakers. I don't care about the designer clothes. I care about, basically hockey jerseys and fitteds. Like that's all I really care about. I don't and I'm not like, oh my God, I'm the only person with this, like Bret Hart Hitman Calgary, Hitman jersey. Like I just want everyone to be able to touch something. So, if anyone wants to know, a lot of the colors I pull from are from jerseys, which is where I get a lot of the inspiration from. But yeah, I mean, shoot away any questions that anybody has. You guys want to know more how my design process works or anything like that? Yeah, not a problem. But yeah, everyone watching, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. And any questions, feel free to DM me. Yeah, just make it. I like questions that are not like, are you making hats again? Like something creative, like. If you see me, I do Yankees hats all the time. Don't ask me, are you doing more Yankees hats? Maybe ask me, am I doing a San Diego hat in yellow, in green? Like maybe ask me, what minor league teams are you doing? Will you ever do a Trenton Thunder hat? How about, Australian rules football? Can you get the rights to that? How about a Manchester City hat? Like that is something like maybe you should collab with this person, something that is out of the box, not, hey, I'm a big Phillies fan. I really like your Phillies hat you did 6 months ago. Can you pre-order that for me? Like,
what's interesting, Justin, before we move on to the week in review, right?
Yeah.
What's interesting is this product has helped touch a lot of different people and not even like sports fans. So like, there's a lot of people wearing your stuff that can't name a player from the team that's represented on the hats in the side. Yeah. Which is great. Listen,
that's most people that wear Yankee hats. So that's not anything.
But that's okay, right? But I think, I think what's cool is it's introducing them to another world, which could be sports or it could be whatever it is. It's
I mean,
so many different things.
Yeah, I mean, my store is basically fashion based. That's what New York is, especially in the area that we're in. Credit to the Soho NoHo area for making it as big as it was. If I had a store on Flatbush in Brooklyn where I live.
What's really cool too? When I was waiting in the line once, I was so far back, I was able to get a drink at Starbucks and come right back out and get into the line again. So
that
was pretty cool. So Justin, we're gonna keep you on as we go through the week in review. So and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of these hats as we kind of go through it, because this is where Leon and I kind of recap the week, and we have Justin Mead, who's a guy who puts together an Instagram that really does kind of show all the new releases when they release and kind of gives people a heads up, and he's helped provide us with this, so we kind of review the week in caps.
Cool. Yeah, and if anybody has questions, feel free to ask whatever they want. I'll answer.
I'll be monitoring the questions as we go along.
Yeah.
So this week in caps, shout out to our sponsors, Over Your Head and Jason Mead 5950. Hat Club. We'll start off with Hat Club since you know it so well.
Yep.
The practice hat. It came back. I think the original release was 2016. Well,
Yeah.
the original retro of it was 20.
Yes, John. That's shout out to John.
Yeah.
These were actually delayed by a couple days. Well, I mean, they were delayed by a couple weeks. We actually, I think, received them the day after the anniversary of it happening. That's when it was supposed to drop, but we had to drop it the following week because I think it actually came in after it. But yeah, shout out to John for that one.
I have the original of this.
Yeah, great. It's a great hat. And I don't wear Red Sox hats for the simple fact that I'm from New York.
Get out of here! But I do know that that when you design hats, you prefer the Sox logo to the B.
Yes, I prefer the Sox logo because I believe the B is stolen from the Brooklyn Dodgers. I mean, I know it's a fact. They didn't use a B logo until Brooklyn moved to LA, so I refused to. I'm from Brooklyn. I refuse to make a B hat.
Well, that's like that store down south that stole the pink bottom. So we'll just call them. We'll just keep.
But I actually like the Sox logo, which is why.
You know what this hat reminds me of though? Whenever I see it, besides Allen Iverson, the Red Sox, I always think to the Jay Dilla cap on the cover of the Donuts album.
Oh, yep.
I've been hitting up T800 John, the Heat Generator, asking him to remake it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I also like. I think is it the 1912 logo with the sock holding the bat?
Yes, yeah, that was in one of my top 5 defunct logos, and we did a countdown.
That's a good one too. I really like the Pawtucket Red Sox logos. Those are dope.
Oh yeah,
those are dope. Yeah, it's just the B, just because I know they didn't use it till after. Yeah, I'd rather do a Brooklyn Dodgers custom than than a Boston Red Sox. That's the only reason why I do the Sox logo so much.
Fair enough.
We'll have to disagree. That's all.
We had the prototype Astros hat. I think this was like Manolo's find. He was bugging them to retro this hat.
Manolo messaged me about this 6 months ago and said, "Do you know someone that can make this hat?" I said, "Contact Hat Club." Oh, this is way above my pay grade. I don't know how to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, John. Shout out to John. John did that too. I think John did these also. So this would be an example of a 6-month program hat, not only for the metal plate in the front, but also the inner lining. This is an example of something you at least have to do 6 months at minimum.
Yeah. So this one's like a double sticker. So for everyone who peels their sticker, this is something you can't remove. So make sure you know that before you buy the hat.
You don't want to remove the one under the brim either.
No.
Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't wear it because I don't like my stickers on my hats. That's just me personally.
Me neither. I bought the Bulls one just to have it, and when I put it on, it felt like heavy. So I'm like, all right, it's a collector's item. That's where I'm going to leave it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's for.
And we had Dionic come with his second version of the Ice Ballers. I think the original story, it's like a Brooklyn story, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Brooklyn Ice Ballers.
I vaguely remember. So what people don't realize is like I don't really look at what other people really do too much. Kind of just worry about my own thing. So I know that Dionic does a lot of stuff for us, but I don't know too much of the backstory and how they come up with their logos. That's they're West Coast. I'm just focused on what I do in my little NoHo shop. That's kind of where my head's at. But but the first one, I remember the color scheme is dope on the first one.
The first one I like. This one I didn't pick up because of the mesh. I do like the color on it. I just would prefer like just a poly.
The mesh ones, the after you wear the hats a couple of times, the forms are always a little off.
Oh yeah, it gets droopy in the back and stuff.
Yep.
I like the fake ice look. It almost looks like it's
this is a badass logo, man.
Yep.
Badass logo.
So then we had 3 kind of retro style logos.
People went crazy for the St. Louis one.
I love Cardinal one, easy winner of the 3.
Not my favorite Cardinal logo. If you guys will know, 1967. It's my favorite Cardinals logo. I did it on a pink bottom. I think you have the hat here.
That's my number 2, man.
Yep, there you go. Yep, that's my favorite.
Remember when I saw you in the store that day, I told you that was the best one you've made so far.
And then the Red Sox one came out after, I guess.
Well,
did the green Red Sox one come out?
Yeah, it was afterwards. But the green with the pink, to me, I'm a sucker for it. But this St. Louis cap was a winner in my book.
Yep.
And then we had the guitar pick, I think 1950.
Yep. My favorite Yankee patch besides 99.
Yeah. Then the Spike Lee. That one had a special liner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, that had the championships inside. It's not really a Spike Lee hat. Just he's known for doing that. So we did our own twist on it. That's a dope one, and red and white sells really well for me.
Yeah. And then this one's almost tricking me because I know you guys have something on deck that looks like the LA hat, but it has the silver on it. It's almost like a Raider. color.
Yes. Yeah, I did. So the red on the patch is silver to match the LA, which is silver. I think I did a gray bottom in it. I don't remember. Honestly, it was like 4 months ago when I submitted it. But yeah, it's based off the Raiders. That's exactly
Can we
right.
pause for a second? So I have a couple questions for Justin. Is that okay, Leon?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have well, first I can answer this one. When you guys refer to John, is that T800 John? Absolutely, that is correct. T800 John.
Yes.
And then what do you think, Justin, like with groups like in the hack community, how do you think they impact the fitted game? So like, you got groups like we're in one. I told you about this group even when I was in the store that time. FHS
Yep.
has like now it's almost 6,000 members, and you got Team Fit that has like 500 members, which is a little bit more like elite, I would say, in terms of who gets into the group. So what do you how do you see those groups fitting into the fitted game right now?
So I don't know actually too much about those groups besides of me talking to you or Manolo. I don't know too much. Like I would love to get in one of those groups just to like chat away or get some ideas of what people want. I mean, those are your hardcore fans. Those are the way I look at it is like, Pink Bottoms right now are very popular, right?
Yeah.
So you most of the customers right now are hype beasts. They will be here for the year, the 6 months, the 2 years.
Yeah.
What you really want to do is focus for your longevity customers that will be here forever, right? Like that buy stuff like you guys every week. You have thousands of hats. Like that's what you really want to help out and do stuff for them. So it's great, but I was never a part of any of them. I just liked fitteds.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a favorite one. I may have a favorite one like here or there. Like this is my favorite Pink Bottom, but it's not my favorite hat ever.
Yeah.
Like I've never been a part of it. I only really had social media when I started doing like music stuff like 2 years ago. So like, and then I just started doing I just started posting my hats because my friends were like, yo, like you have to market yourself. Like you're the ones doing this. Like, yes, you're doing it for Hack Club, but like you have to market yourself. Like let people know like you are the person behind this. So I only started doing that like realistically like every couple of days, maybe in like September or October. So I never really posted any of my stuff. So I wasn't a big social media guy until this started kicking off. So I don't really know. I mean,
when you and I met in the store, you had 900 followers, and you said, "Pierre, you have more than me." And I had 950. You have 3,000 plus now, and so you got the hang of it. But listen, I'm gonna find a way to get you into this Facebook group. So we're gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
Offline, because we gotta find a way to get you involved.
Yeah, I'll definitely do a question answer what you guys want to see me do if you have any suggestions. If I don't know why I can't do something or it's not approved, I'll go figure out why it can't be approved. New Era just is all over the place. Like sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. Stuff switches, but yeah, man. Like I mean, the fitted groups like that community is what we at the end of the day we try to please. It's not the person that just is buying their first fitted now, which I get tons of questions like, how do I know my hat size? I'm like, go to a hat store. Like I'm not the person to ask that question to. Like that's the type of stuff I get in my DMs, and it drives me absolutely insane. And I'm like, go to a hat store and measure your head in centimeters. Like I'll let you know the quick size. And they're like, well, I don't have I only have a ruler. All right, then like this is not a problem for me. Like please get it off my page. Like
Yeah.
So.
Justin, another question for you. Someone's just making a suggestion. I think this one's okay. I don't think it's gonna ignite your your anger, but they want to know if you're thinking about doing like a Chicago Bears cap, perhaps in an icy bottom or some. I think there's a lot of talk about some of these NFL hats because right now I think Leon. I don't know if you're wearing it right now, Leon, but no, you got the Raiders hat there.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. So any more NFL plans? I guess would be a good question.
So I just did an NFL order yesterday, part of my September. The thing with NFL stuff is, so this is my I've done a Raiders pink bottom. It's just because the Raiders is the best selling NFL logo. It just is, which is why we did them last year. I think October 25th we dropped them last year. The first pink bottom Raiders. It's one of the only 2 hats besides the Colt 45s that does not have a patch on it that I've done. The NFL is really hard to get stuff approved, and the stuff doesn't really sell. You would think it does. It does not.
Yeah. You know, it's like because baseball is like the staple, right? Baseball is the staple cap. It's part of the game.
Well, it not that it's part of the game. I think is that the way I look at it is hockey has the best logos of anything, I think.
Yeah.
But we can't do those anymore. But with baseball, it's most of the teams, it's the city.
Yeah.
Whereas NBA and NFL, it's the team logo. Like, for example, the Giants and Yankees. Yankees the most popular hat. I don't think that is by far the most popular hat in the world. No one is going to wear a Giants hat over a Yankee hat because the Giants say Giants, the NY says NY. Or you go with the NY, that's the Giants logo. It's not as clean as the NY as a Yankee logo.
Right.
For the Patriots, you're probably going to wear a Boston B over the Patriots logo, no matter how successful the Patriots are, because it shows the city, right? Same thing with LA. A Rams hat or an LA hat. You're going to wear an LA hat. You might want the Rams colors, but you're going to wear a Dodger hat, right? Same thing with the Phillies. You're probably going to wear the Philly P over an Eagles hat. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I would always wear a Phillies hat over an Eagles hat because I hate the Eagles.
Yeah. I hate the Eagles too.
we're in agreement there.
And you will never see me do a Cowboys hat. I will never do one. That is the one.
Thank God.
I will never do it. Thank
God.
I don't care how many.
Justin, you just went up a couple of notches on my scale. So these are 2 cool hats. We got the Dankadelic had the Revolutionary,
which I don't know too much about, to be honest.
This one was supposed to celebrate, I guess, the Cinco de Mayo holiday.
So you guys are educating me. Like I said, I'm in my little NoHo bubble.
Yeah.
Do my own thing.
Listen, you taught us. Now we can teach you, right?
Exactly. So Dankadelic, this is, I believe, his 2nd or 3rd installment.
Rain Man was my favorite. The Rain Man one.
So this one I think was originally supposed to release Cinco de Mayo, but as you know, with all the delays and all that stuff, it didn't. So it dropped today, instant sellout. A lot of people took some L's on it. This Rose Trio was interesting because this one sold out right away, but this was a harder sell when it first released. Was it a couple years ago or maybe a year ago?
I've been carrying the Yankee one in my store in a gray bottom for, I don't know, 3 years or so.
Yeah.
We did them in, I did an all gray, we did an all pink. We did then we did pink. We did pink, black, navy blue. Maybe we did a red if I remember, but it was all gray bottoms. The heart one we do is very popular, so we brought back and did it in a red bottom.
Yeah, I got that. I got that in LA.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what else we got? So now we're moving on to some of your competition.
Yep.
We got 4U caps. They dropped a bunch of hats. These ones are the 3 ones that I picked up. The one on the right looks similar to something that I saw on J Tips's website. So that one's interesting. I think there might be some spillover.
No, he picked it up from them. That's like
okay.
Picked it up from them. Yep.
Cool. And then we got a Laker hat, and then that native hat right there to the left.
Yeah. The color wave of that is of the Seattle one is dope. That's a dope twist.
Looks like a box
I would actually, I think so if everyone knows, me and John always tunnel the New Era logo. I hate the way it looks.
Yeah.
I think I did do a collection last night that actually I changed the colors.
Oh boy.
I did a one. It's it might be only the one in there, but I'll spill the collection name right now. It's a collegiate to pro collection. So it's basically pro teams with college colors.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Which I won't tell you what teams they are, but yeah, those will be coming out. I'm trying to do something a little different for football, trying to get the football sales up there for the guy who asked about the Chicago Bears, not in the first one. I do like the Chicago B, but if the stuff sells, I definitely will do more football stuff. That's guaranteed. And Chicago just missed the cut yesterday.
Cool.
Okay.
And then this is a new one that we kind of stumbled upon. Can't Buy Respect. This is the first time I've seen them. I'm not sure if these ones are post-production joints or
Yeah,
if
it has to be. There's no way that stuff is approved.
yeah.
I don't know. Like when I saw these pictures, I don't like them.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's a popular style now.
Yeah.
To do embroidery after to put the words. I wouldn't really wear it. I don't actually mind the Phillies. I just wouldn't put passion next to it. It's not my
Yeah.
word
Is
choice.
it the pink heart that's bothering you?
No,
Justin?
I mean I pink is my color now. I have to embrace it. That's my color now. But yeah, I mean it's just not. I wouldn't put passion next to a hat or a dedication.
No. Looks
Yeah.
like one of those motivational posters you find in like
Yeah.
some,
I'd rather you have put Detroit or Philly or spelled it out
Yeah.
or something with
yeah.
Yeah.
and I
Whoever-
don't even know what the other two are. I have no idea.
I think
guess
that's their
logo?
their house logo. So Can't Buy Respect. So
Are they from New Orleans? I think I
I
saw
believe
that.
they're from New Orleans.
They're
Yeah.
from New Orleans, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
then yeah,
those hats are staying in New Orleans. They're not heading out to New York for me.
See, and this one, I'm a big Gator fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my college, which I didn't even do for the college drop I just told you about. I didn't even do a Gators hat.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Because I went with a rival instead of two rivals actually.
Yeah.
But I like what their idea is. I just wouldn't.
those
have-
patches
I don't
don't
know
even
what
look
it
good
is.
though. Those side patches don't even look. Those side hits don't even look good.
Nah, I mean they're going for what looks like a World Series patch, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean maybe that's what people like in New Orleans. I don't know their market.
Yeah. I'll give them a D- for effort.
No, I think you can go higher than that. It's they're following a trend that's popular, which probably no one else in New Orleans does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear the Angels cap with all the cherubs around.
No,
it.
I wouldn't wear. I mean, I wouldn't wear the Gators hat because it's white, and white gets ruined in
Oh,
7 seconds.
yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah. Pierre knows me. You would have me yelling at the embroidery guy to get that patch lower on the side. That's
Absolutely.
Yes, that I would agree with.
Too high.
too high.
Yeah.
Too high. What else we got here? So then the New Orleans one, Can't Buy Respect.
That's got to be their best one by far.
Yeah. I'd
That's
say-
by far their best one.
yeah. It looks nicer.
Yep. And again, they went with New Orleans, real simple, Can't Buy Respect, and that's by far their best one.
Yep.
By far.
And then Clink Room. Clink Room's back after a long hiatus.
Yeah. Clink Room is dope.
It could be something related to, I think, a lot of the minor league sports kind of stopping. So they've resurrected the Kong, I guess. So looks like the first run had a bunch of guys. So what's interesting about how they're doing the sales now is they're doing a lot of crowdsourcing almost. Like they're
Mhm.
getting new designers to submit their designs. And then if it makes it through, then it gets on the Monday. And then if that makes it through, then it gets a pre-order. And then if that makes it through, they got to hit a sales goal. Then they're going to make the hats. So all the hats you see out of these ones, only 3 of them are going to production as of now. So the Fighting Slices, the Ghost Army by Ephra, who's Chamuco Studios,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
our homie Danny with the Octo Snatcher. Anything that Danny does with the Octo anything, it seems like it just sells like hotcakes. But for me,
Mhm.
my favorite, I gotta have the Congola, because that's like a retro of the original. I think they did 2 versions of that in the past, but I'm not overly blown away. I know there's some guys that really liked a lot of this stuff.
I mean, 2 of them I really like.
Which
one?
The VHS Sunset is dope.
Okay.
And the what is it? The Plucky Kong is dope.
That's another.
Those are
that's
dope.
Another Chamuco, right?
Yeah, that's Chamuco as well.
Those are dope. For anyone listening, we actually are doing. We'll be announcing it, I think, on Thursday. Me and Ben. For anyone who doesn't know, me and Ben, who does the Hack Up social media, we're going to be doing we named our show called The Recap with Shaka and PBJ, which we will be doing on Thursdays. We might add another day to it during the week. We'll be telling you guys what's coming out, but we're going to be announcing a little contest kind of similar to what Clink Room's kind of doing. So you can work with me on doing some stuff, which we'll announce that on Thursday. We'll give you all the details on that.
I think Leon's going to be interviewed on Thursday on Instagram too.
Yeah, I think
Is he? So
I'm-
you
I'm opening for you. I'm opening for you. Justin.
What time is that? You know what time is it?
6 Eastern tomorrow.
So I think you're after. I think we're 5 to 6.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then
you're
I come
opening
on.
for me.
Yes, and then they want
Oh.
me. So basically, the way it works is like Ben is the Stephen A. Smith. He's the one that's
Yeah.
on everything, and I'm like
Yeah.
the Max Kellerman. I come in after everything and just give my little point.
Two thoughts on that, right? Number one is you're going to be warming up the crowd for the electric personality of Leon Chen. And then the other thing that I forgot. I was so caught up in Leon's personality. I forgot the second thing I was going to say. But these hats, I love them. I pre-ordered a bunch of them, man. I'm just hoping they all make it to the minimum so I can get a hold of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Kong and VHS are dope. When did this pre-order end already?
No, I think they have to June 6th to hit the sales
Okay.
goal.
Yeah, I definitely got to order those two. Those are dope.
And then if they don't hit the sales goal, you have the option to get a full refund or a store credit plus $5. So
Dope.
if your design doesn't hit, the design that you want to buy doesn't hit it, save
I
your
wish
money.
I would have known. I would have submitted something.
Yeah. But you can still submit. So they're doing fresh designs every Friday.
Okay.
But it looks like our homie Tony Ross might be getting his on. So if you follow us on the Capologist, you'll see the one that Tony designed. And I think
That's
I'm a little biased, but I think Tony's knocks a lot of these ones off the pedestal.
Yeah. No, I mean, people need to send me some. I know I follow like you guys and Des Green. Like I'm just getting into the the fitted community, getting more involved in it. So yeah, send me all your recommendations of who I should follow or people I should know. This is still kind of new to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this one is the Chihuahuas. So I think their old moniker before they were
Diablos
were the Diablos. So that's their pitchfork, and then their normal crossbat one. Very Hulk Hogan-y on the side.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
the yellow
just
one's
reminds me of a worse Arizona State hat. That's what.
Oh, so you'd be making fun of me because I wanted to buy it and was sold out.
No, I mean it's good. I rather just I think I have a burgundy and yellow version of an Arizona State.
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah, and then we got Hat Heaven with they had a shock drop. A lot of like classic style hats. Most of these ones sold out. So Brian, good to see Brian doing well.
That black and gold A's. I like that black and gold A's.
Yeah.
They were the first shop actually I seen with the pink bottoms after me.
Yeah, they did it, I think, on a 2005 Chai Sox.
Yeah, white Sox.
Yeah. Listen, let me ask you a question, Justin, while we're here. So on the back of Hat Heaven's hats, you now see like an older Cooperstown Batterman with more detail. Have you seen those yet?
I mean, I've never seen one in person. I'd have to look at it.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture later. I've got one. It's different. It's definitely different.
Okay. I mean, they may be asking for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know,
I'll send you a picture of it later, Justin. I just want your thoughts on it.
Yeah. I mean, I know I hate all of these hats except for Washington because of that white New Era logo. I cannot stand that logo on the side. It just like, maybe it's because I'm so used to never having it growing up. It was always like the Nats hat with just the retros with nothing, but like,
no,
just tunnel the hat out, man.
I know. Like, I'm with you, man.
If there's two things I learned at Hat Club, it's people love logos with birds and Native Americans, and people don't like the New Era logo on the side, or at least I don't like the New Era logo.
And people don't like the Boston B because they stole it from the Brooklyn Dodgers.
That's me, though. That's me, but that is correct.
And then Brian sent us a preview of what's coming in July. I believe these are set to come back. So that kind of ugly green look, if you know from ordering from New Era, that's actually navy blue, and then it's the sky blue with the Anaheim Angels, California Angels.
I got a similar color wave to that Angels, but never a two-tone. No, that's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's rare that I do a two-tone.
And then we got word that he's going to be restocking the Vegas Welcome to Vegas sign.
So yeah, we didn't do those. That's a dope hat. Just hate that New Era logo. I hate it.
I know, man.
Just Fitted. So our friends in Germany dropped the all blackout version of their crossbats. So it looks like it's got some Melton wool underneath. a special
Yeah,
pin.
I always liked the Melton Wool stuff, especially when we used to do it with the hockey and Met stuff years ago,
Mhm.
maybe like 4 years ago, something like that. Those were always dope.
Yeah, shipping situation right now in Germany is not fun. I think everything right now you have to do with DHL with super priority. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So if you really want it, go for it, but it's going to cost you. The shipping might even cost you more than the hat.
Tell someone out there, have them buy them and
It's like
hold
me.
the guys down.
It's like when I used to order. I have a bunch of AFL hats from from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you order one hat, the shipping was the same price as the hat. You might as well order like 4 or 5. So I got a bunch of Rabbitohs and Storm hats and
We got a plug out there for you. So
Yeah, we do. Justin, let
let
me
us
know
know before you order.
out there. We got some people out there.
Okay, I know one guy who used to work at the Melbourne store. Big Sixers fan. He used to always hook me up with stuff.
Yeah, and
too.
for me, it's easy enough, dude. If you wanted any, you can just have it tagged onto my order. I'll drop it off. At the
Oh yeah, those AFL logos and like those logos are sick. Like,
Yep.
I always like those.
Yeah.
I wish we could order them here. They won't let us do it. Like I can't do a Rabbitohs hat here, which is
Yeah. Some of those
Yeah.
logos are really iconic. But yeah, so they dropped this. It looks like a smashing Avenger sign. Looks like he's got like either a suede or a pushed velvet bottom, and you got Thanos on the back. I'm not too much into the Marvel stuff, but
me neither. But that one's good. I like that. That's cool. I don't mind it.
The Thanos on the back is a nice touch.
Yeah.
and then our friends at Just Sports AZ dropped a couple. They're gonna specialize in the Arizona stuff. So.
Yeah. We same thing, which is why I always kind of do a Diamondbacks hat. Like we're based at Arizona. Yeah, the bottom two though, the last two though were dope. I like those.
Yeah, anything red and black, dark red, dark black. Yeah, that's good.
Except for that New Era logo, get rid of that. And you're
So guys, just one thing, folks are asking about Justin's Instagram. What I'll do is at the end of the show, I'll post it with the link to this video, so you guys will have that, and I'll also put T-John's in that as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like we have a question. Is there a air quote real and fake pink bottom? Do you want to? Like if we kind of
They just want to see. They just want to see the
baiting you.
veins. They want to see the veins, man. Let the veins out.
They're baiting you into cat beef.
So no. The real answer is no. If you have a New Era account, the way it works is, like we have a limited time that New Era allows us to do just what we want to do, but eventually they're going to want to make their money. If they have 100 stores asking them for pink bottoms, they're not going to be like, no, this is just a Hat Club thing. Now when I do my PBJ logo, if no one's, or you guys have seen it because you guys use it today, only I can do that logo. I own that logo. I do not own the Yankee logo or Red Sox or LA or so New Era is going to let them do it. If you want to say other stores that are copying my pink bottoms, or they're ordering my old retros that I first did, if you want to categorize those as fake because I didn't make them or order them, then yes. But are they fake because they're like unlicensed New Era? No, they're licensed from New Era. Other stores are able to carry them. But like, for example, all these other stores are being safe and ordering just my regulars or my old retros, like a Yankee or White Sox or Diamondbacks or whatever, where, Florida Marlins, whereas I'm doing pink lemonades, the forest greens, the reds. I have, for anyone didn't watch my live last week, I have glow in the dark pink bottoms coming out. I have, there's like a whole bunch, like satins. There's like, whereas I'm always thinking ahead. They're like, oh, well, these styles sold really well for Hat Club, 10 months ago. Let's order those. Yeah, they're not thinking ahead. They're thinking, let's order what we know is guaranteed to sell. Whereas I'm going to take a chance, which is even what I did with the pink bottoms in the first place. I don't know any store that's ordering this Rockies hat.
Yeah.
Because it's not a safe option. The safer option is to order a Yankee hat or White Sox hat.
Just if I could, what you just said, I want to translate for everybody is, yes, they're fake if they weren't made by Hat Club. So that's what Justin just said. Yeah. I just want to make it clear to everyone, they are fake if they didn't come from Justin. And
I do get a lot of tags that go, like I had some guy who I guess does embroidery on patches, kind of like those passion hats, but not same thing, but who does them, and I get people that would tag me like, he had some pink bottoms which he didn't get for me because they had the white guts inside, and I haven't done my white inside white sweatband pack yet, which should be in soon.
Yeah.
But he asked him, "Do you work with tag him? Do you work with me?" Which is dope that people even are calling people out. He didn't know who I was. I don't know who he was. He's based in L.A. But he said nah, but his hats are fire, and then followed me. I followed him back after. But yeah, like I mean, if the person doesn't know I exist, how is he gonna know that I'm the person behind it? So I appreciate it. But no, there's not technically fake, but if they're not made by me, they're a copy of what I've created.
There you go. And then this one is a 100-year anniversary type hat that they brought back from deep in the vault. I think the camo banana was an original design that came out about 10 years ago. So this one restocked on newera.com, sold out instantly, restocked in Europe and restocked in Asia as well. So
I don't remember this. It gives me Curious George Mario Kart vibes.
Yeah. This one takes me back. This is an old hat. I think this originally came out in
remember.
My first visit to Justin's store, I'll be wearing this cap because I did buy it. And I'll come in dressed like, I don't know, like Curious George, like you said. I'll dress like him. But the original version doesn't have the camo under brim, I don't believe. I think it was
like all this stuff is way before me, or I'm not a big collector. I kind of just bought what I liked.
Yeah.
You never I got to research, I kind of.
And you clearly don't like bananas, so we'll move on to the next slide.
This one's from one of the indie brands. I believe it's pronounced Oaklandish.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of old school Oakland vibes. $40, get you one of these. Side patch looks nice. Good stuff.
I mean, the best one is the one on the left.
And that's the one that Hat Club made that without the side patch. Hat Club made that about a year ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I really like the green that they use. It's very similar to the green I use.
Yeah.
Just tunnel out that New Era logo, and you're good to go.
Yeah, that's probably why you like the one on the left.
Yep.
Got the tonal flag, right?
I feel like for anyone who doesn't clearly understand, it takes away from the rest of the hat when you just have a blob of another color in the hat.
Yeah. I think that's coming from your sports background though, because you're used to watching baseball without it, and then they did. Then they had that 1 year where you could peel them off, like that. That 1 year, people were just peeling them right off.
So we got our first asshole comment. It comes from Jason Mead. Jason said, just like Curious George, Pierre never wears pants.
There you go.
Thank you, Jason. But I do wear pants.
Yeah. And then the next slide from one of your homies, right? So T-Mark his double pack from Bronx Social, and then he released a double pack of Yankee hats that went and sold. So explain for people who don't know, explain the raffle process. Like how do people get one of these ones?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how T-Mark I think just puts them on his site for the Illmatic and Mobb Deep Mets ones. Okay. I know I actually had the first ever, a little bit of stunting right now, but I had the first ever Mobb Deep one. I think in January. He made that for me as actually a late birthday gift. Prodigy with a homie of mine.
Is the one in the store?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I had that one. A while back, I guess he just re-released it with the Nas one. The other ones are with the T-Mark hats and the J-Tips hats that come out this week. The raffle process was pretty much I have to find something because I can't have lines when I reopen, right? With the social distancing, I can't have a line. So I need to figure out a way to be able to sell out these hats without having 100 people in front of my store for hours, right?
Yeah.
So most places do raffles. These hats actually that we did with the patches were actually supposed to come out, I think March 23rd. It was a Friday. We wound up closing that Monday before. So it was actually for our friends and family event. So they were extremely limited. Same thing with the J-Tips hats, but I did more. So they're like very limited as opposed to extremely limited. But there was supposed to be friends and family. You basically, the way it is we put the link in the bio. It's up for about 10 hours from 2 p.m. to 12 midnight. You can submit as, I know it says on there, it won't count if you do more than one. You can do more than one entry. I'm the one who picks the raffle winners. I'm gonna do a couple live so people can really see that I don't just give it to my friends. But the way it works is literally I'm on FaceTime with my homies. They will they will scream at me half the time, yo, just let me get a hat. And I'm like, nope. And if I get, 5,000 entries, pick a number between 1 and 5,000. You say, 376. Let's go through 376. Do I still have that size up? Yep. Invoice sent out. Next one. Okay. Next one, and until I am out. So
And is the J Tips raffle going to work similar to that, or?
Yes, it's gonna be the same thing.
Okay, because we got people here asking. So,
Yeah, the exact same thing.
So this.
Before we get there, Leon, there's one other thing I want to make. So Michael Clark has been watching, and he's someone who didn't want a pink bottom, and I think I wore him down, and he finally has one on the way. And he's
which one does he have?
I don't remember. He was it was in a string on Facebook. But he did order one. Michael Clark, if you're out there while we're going into this next topic, remind me which one it was that I pushed you into finally.
So, and I think a good idea might be, so I know Leon said that I go on my live, or I have a couple times now, and I've kind of not auctioned off, but I've raffled off someone able to get stuff, and it basically allows people who I don't know to get certain things. We always have some random style sitting there, like maybe like I miscounted, so like I have an extra eighth or quarter or 5/8 or 3/4. So maybe what I could do with your group, instead of doing it to my followers, is do with your group is I can go in there and be like, hey, from last month I have these 20 random hats in these random sizes. Like I can try to get out to everyone. So maybe we could do something like that too. So if anyone knows, like, so that's how people can get their first pink bottoms too if they don't have one.
Cool.
So I know which hat it is. So there was 2 hats from your black with pink under collection that I thought were somewhat surprises, and it was, which ones they are, the Fear City and the Steelheads, the Negro League team, right?
Those are John, actually.
John?
Those were John.
Yep. So Michael Clark, he's going with a Steelhead. So he's got one coming. So 3 months from now, Michael Clark is going to tell me how much he loves it. And Davey has
if he wants a PBJ patch on there, that's what I'm doing. For anyone that doesn't know, if you pre-ordered those, I'm trying to get a pin approved to get actually a PBJ pin on those. It might only be for the NoHo store. We're not sure yet. But I have a homie, Yote City, if you guys know him. He did my first samples of PBJ patches. So if you send them in to the NoHo store, we can get them, put a PBJ patch on the side.
Nice.
For anyone who pre-ordered those.
Put that up there too. When you finalize that, let me know and we can make sure that gets up there too.
Yeah.
And Davey said her favorite hat so far, one of her favorite hats so far, is the PBJ and J Tips collab. So she's pretty excited about that one.
Those are dope. Hope you can get one. Yeah, I'm gonna have so many entries. I'm guessing 10,000.
Yeah, that's a hot. We're gonna talk about that.
That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know you're not a sneaker guy, but there's been this type of, I guess, discussion or topic within the community. Is the hat game turning into a sneaker game? So is it impossible for people to get hats?
Nope.
Is the hype bigger than the product? But right now we haven't really seen people really take hats and resell them.
This might be the first time that they're on StockX now. They got posted to StockX yesterday.
So we're showing you Canadian prices because I'm in Canada, but this to me was the first time I've seen regular hats just being sold on StockX. Like you see some random ones, maybe like a Fear of God or Supreme or whatever, but this is the first time I've really seen a
Yankee hat.
Yeah, like a generic Yankee hat.
I mean, people have been reselling my stuff since the lines. If no one's been on the line who's watching this, people will walk in with a 3/8, walk out with a 3/8, it's the most common size, and get offered $100, $120, $150 right off the line for it. So it's been. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, also that's New York City. It's kind of normal.
Yeah.
The answer is no, because as you can see, anybody can kind of remake my hat if it doesn't have a specific logo, or it's numbered, or it's just made by Hat Club because of the Hat Club tag. So for certain stuff, yes, which you've like Fear of God. So like when I make like I have an all female collection, or not all, it's not just for females, but I have a female base collection coming out either later this year or early next year. That's a 6-month program. Like the local icons, those could technically do that because no one else can replicate that. We have the rights to those, for example. But like a regular like 96 pink bottom like you're wearing, I doubt it. Like unless someone can find my SKUs for the exact colors I use for like the pink lemonades, it's kind of hard. Like, you know, it's easier for a retro because I'm just ordering a retro with a pink bottom as opposed to changing up the colors. Yeah.
And then that brings us to the end of our actual like plan segment. So we want to, you know, thank you for taking the time to put the name. I'm sure once you get involved with the community a little bit more, you're gonna recognize some of the screen names, and you'll see that a lot of the guys you already interact with.
Yeah, no, I enjoy talking about hats. I really do. Just a lot of people happen to catch me at a you know, a long day, a wrong moment. I don't mean to come off as an asshole. I know some people I do, but yeah, I deal with stuff all day. But no, like I do want to get more involved with the community and just get you guys with what you want. I think that's like, you know, the best way to go about stuff.
Well,
We
you know,
wish you.
if it's okay.
We wish you nothing but success. I know this is a year we're gonna look back, we're gonna laugh at it because of all the different crazy shit that happened with the, you know, we talked about it earlier. You know, it started this year. You know, Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year got extended, and then China got shut down, and then we got shut down.
No, I might be
got canceled.
I might be one of the only people that really benefited from the 2020 shutdown.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Things, right? If I could.
Yeah.
Just don't forget there is a pre-order for Pink Bottoms this weekend.
Yes, this Saturday. Yes, the original 20, I think it is, or 24. I don't remember exactly the number. That's a John thing who put those together. But we had a pre-order originally in January. I think it was 24 teams, 20 teams, something like that.
Yeah.
We're bringing those back. So the first original 20 hats, except for the Pirates one that I made, and the Raiders are excluded from that. I think originally they were excluded because of we couldn't get it approved again. But every other one is part of that like original 2024 that I first did.
So don't whine because that's a guaranteed win. So don't whine. So the second thing is next week we're going to be introducing Jason Mead, a Jason Mead segment. We don't know what we're going to name it yet, but Jason Mead is going to be running down his top 10 hats of the week. So that'll be premiering next Wednesday.
Yep.
And then the next 2 Saturdays we're going to have 2 premier hat battles.
Heavyweight battles.
These are heavyweight battles. So these are going to be heavyweights in the hat game that are going to be battling it out. So on Saturday the 23rd, we're going to have a heavyweight battle, and Sean Stay Fitted will be on with us, and we're going to go under the cap with him. He's got a great YouTube channel as well that we can talk about and go under the cap. And then on the 30th, we're going to have Davey on, Davey from Hat Club.
Oh, dope. Yeah, she's the MVP. Yeah, she's the MVP.
She's great. And we're going to have Sean and Davey take part in judging these hat battles. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up, guys. And I'm really excited. And Justin, again, you know, you and I are definitely going to, you know, talk again and kind of chat, but you know, listen, this was outstanding. This was great having you on. I appreciate any platform that wants to, you know, just talk and, you know, find out my creative process. It's, you know, maybe not as exciting as people think it is. I literally just sit down and think of it off the top of my head. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm grateful for the opportunity. You know, want to watch this, you know, I guess podcast you can call it, and grow. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be dope. And I was happy to field any questions people have or whatever. But yeah. Before you go, yeah, we have folks asking, would you be a judge on a hat battle in the future?
Sure. Yeah.
Come on and judge with us.
Yeah. No, I mean, but people got to remember, if they know that I'm a judge, if they show me a hat with a New Era logo that's a different color, you're getting points deducted.
Yeah, man. I think. Listen, this was kind of an open book test, right? They learned about you, so they know how to work it. You know, if they were lucky enough to watch this, they understand how to work you. So
yeah, I mean, you have a pink bottom or icy blue bottom up there, you might get some more. You know, one like the design, you're gonna get some points up. You show a Cowboys hat, you're never getting a point for nothing.
That's right, man. That's right. I love that. I love that. That's how I deal with the Yankees. So they already know.
Right. And then,
Well, I think that's it, right, Leon? We're ready to wrap up.
One last question we'll sneak in.
Yeah.
Kevin Lopez, he's asking any pink bottom apparel you're thinking of making.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Simple answer, yes. Follow
yeah.
him on Instagram. Make sure you might catch a hat on his live. So you never know what Justin's up to.
Yeah.
So.
Anyone who's watching this live right now, I actually have a couple, maybe about 15 hats scattered right now. It's random sizes, so I don't think I have any 3/8 quarters or maybe 1/2. Definitely no quarters or 3/8. I maybe not have a 5/8, but I got a couple of 8ths, maybe 7/7, 3/4. Yeah, DM me now and I'll see what I got.
Yeah. You ran out of 8ths though. No more 8ths.
Yeah, 8ths. I don't have any 8ths. I think you took them all the other day.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, stay fitted, guys. We'll talk soon.